Hello, everybody. Hello, anybody. Hold on, let me get into frame. Where am I? Scooch, scooch. Hello. Hello. There's a pause in the music, and I was like, this is probably a good time to pop up and appear on stream. It's Disco Elysium Day. Steam informs me I've played about 15 hours of this, which is shocking to me. That feels like a lot. It feels like a lot more than I've actually played. Hello, everybody. Hi, AJ. What were we doing? Hey, Chad. What were we doing? Anybody? Does anybody remember? I remember getting all corpsed, and I cleaned myself. Oh, World Weaver, yes. Okay, that's right. I'm gonna fail checks because of a personality, an intrusive thought that I allowed to take hold. It's one of these. Yeah, all red checks fail. Okay. Thank you so much for remembering that, because boy howdy did I not. Much like I anticipated myself not remembering, I didn't remember that. Okay. Also -1 authority. Yeeks. -1 hand-eye coordination. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, the capo type thought brain. Yeah, sorry cop. Yeah, sorry cop. Sorry. It's because I play so much Mei in Overwatch. I just can't help apologize. Also because as a woman I've been engendered to believe that is something I need to do very much. Okay. But what was we doing in this game? It's still Tuesday, so I can't do the waterlock thing yet. How late on Tuesday is it? 17. You guys can't see the clock. I can. It's a little bit too early maybe to go to bed. I'm low on money. -2 authority, huh? I think Froggy Cap gives me a -2. Oh no, it just gives me a +2 perception. Froggy Cap. Perfect item. Oh, that's right. So we did the autopsy. We found the bullet. We opened that thing in our clipboard, and I passed out. And then we talked to a bunch of people. Oh, right, the boots. Oh, we've got to find one armor piece. I know there's supposed to be some down by the water, but I don't know if we're gonna find it. A lot of this is just like searching for stuff. Can't look for morale until we can do the water. Maybe I should just go to sleep and then it'll be Wednesday. Do you guys ever get that? Do you guys ever do that in real life? Are you ever like, I am excited for tomorrow, so maybe I'll go to sleep early and then it'll be tomorrow sooner? Oh, I could do this Everett thing. I tried lying about it and failed. Don't know how to get that. Most of this is just searching for stuff. Play live like a Blender stream. Do not apologize. Jedi Superpunk. Great. Yes, that's good advice. Extremely good advice. It's nice to have things to look forward to. That's what I have to say. Sometimes that's hard to manufacture. Oh, I can go talk to Kuno about how he lied to me. Kuno and I have a better rapport now than we used to, so I think this is gonna be a good conversation, I'm sure, with Kuno. Oh, Kuno. Can't sleep earlier than 1 a.m.? That's intense. I mean, 1 a.m. is, I guess, not the worst bedtime, but it's not the best. I mean, I guess it depends on when you have to do stuff in the morning. Hey, what's up, Bozo?
Necromancer pig! That ship was dark! Going in there like that! Brutal shit! Tell me, Kuno dies, you're gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets! Gonna look like a fucking porcupine!
I'm excited for the update for this game to come through. And then I'll get to hear Kuno's beautiful voice every time they have a line. So, he raises his eyebrow. More importantly, it means I won't have to narrate everybody's lines. That I'm very excited about. told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. Yeah, so? He doesn't understand. Kuno did sick the pigs on him. Kuno's a man of his word. Fair enough. Kuno sent your fat ass running around like Jello. Look, pig, he's suddenly all business. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on. Chad, no, I don't want Kuno's voice, but I don't want to have to do Kuno's voice anymore, and that is how I feel. Generally, Jenna, thank you. Thank you for the re-up subscribe 5 months. We're soon gonna run out of cute little monthly emojis. Everybody's gonna be... I don't remember what the top level is. I don't think it's strawberry. It might be cherry or something. But we'll get there. We'll get there soon. You got fucked, he repeats. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, griefing the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face. Okay. Well, Kuno doesn't fucking care. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know where that got me. I don't think that got me anywhere. That's fair. Okay. I mean, I know I've got to talk to more people about the supposed drug ring. I don't know really who to talk to about it, because this is the only driver that I see out in the world. I think I've already talked to him all
traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Tell me more about this strike. Tommy Leome says, it's whatever is going on over the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear, like a giant new power crane and half the company. I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I hear there's talk. I heard talk. There's a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up, precise demands and so on. What do you think the company wants, strange man on the street? I care about your opinion about this. They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound, like ka-ching. Ka-ching! He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side, that's for sure. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Great. Glad I talked to you about it. Us lorry drivers, camionneurs, a few still hang around here waiting for the mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high, or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame him, really. Not you? Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now, thinking, reflecting, observing. He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eye. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Ooh, that's a low check, but it's a white check, so it's okay. I won't automatically fail it. What do I see in his eyes? I succeeded. I love when I succeed on a far chance. In his eyes, a half-familiar longing, flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest down the street that goes beyond the horizon. Ooh. Shivers tell me the road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up and down highways. Forms a crisscross pattern across the land. And where does it lead? Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Faubourg. High above buildings new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outreaches of Rebachol, through the checkered fields of farmland upstream to the river Esperance past Montmartre, the border approaches. And what's beyond the border? You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes. What's in the southwest? Excuse me, he emerges from his reverie. A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve. Hell, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up. Man, he sighs. I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. This game, pivots from so inane to so ethereal. I appreciate it. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am, stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora? Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Lakayou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. I can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. What's it like to miss someone? What's it like? Good and bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with him. It comforts me. It's a really funny snow. Revachol has really funny snow. I think that's what I'm taking away from that. There's a pause and a sigh. Then he turns his eyes to you. What about you, cop man? You missing somebody? No, it's scarier than you thought. You're pursued by a hunter. Smells of apricots and sorrow. In the past. No, I feel hunted. Hunted? By what? By a shadowy figure known only to me as the ex-something. Oh! I hurt myself thinking about my ex-wife. An ex-wife? It followed me into this world when I awoke. I think it might be a planar hunter. Planar hunter, wow. That sounds really bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage. Don't worry, I'm certain nothing bad is ever gonna happen to your marriage. Yeah, in marriage you never know if you're doing the right thing. I hope we're doing our best to keep ours together, but anything can happen. Look, man, thanks for all this. It's nice to talk to somebody. I know it isn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles. Almost certainly will not, but that was a lovely conversation. It did not advance the plot. So it was fine, I guess. But how... Get around the chain link fence. Yeah, I kind of love Tommy too. Got a good outlook, you know? Just trying to make it every day in this weird world. Okay, can't do that. Thank you more and more. I've been listening to disco soundtrack or disco Spotify playlists before each stream to get me into a mood, I guess. Here's the thing about disco. It slaps. It's all good shit. Yeah, the fact that I just called my ex-wife a planar figure that's hunting me through time and space is a lot. I like it, but it's a lot. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to that alleyway and unlock that guy's door. And hopefully that'll get us a little bit further finding my gun. Can I redo you yet? Oh, I can! Okay. Conceptualization. I don't think I have any negatives to conceptualization, so let's try this. Nope, just a wall. That's fine. Yeah, Nicholas, I just discovered that today while I was looking up lyrics to songs, that Paul Schaefer wrote that. That's pretty wild, IMO. Oh, hey, there's a dude here. Hey, dude, what's your deal? You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. It's the voice of somebody who has something to hide, my liege. My brain just called me my liege. That's some weird energy. What I saw in the wall was an opportunity for a dice roll. Sadly, not much more. You hiding some? You hiding something? Speak up. This is
There's
the
no
voice.
trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice.
He says sotto voce.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing. Actually, I do
Is
need
it
to talk to you.
really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt. Yeah, this game has a lot of voice acting, and I'm excited because the update that they're doing is, I think, fully voicing everything. So that's, first of all, a huge amount of lines, but second of all, I'm very excited about that. Like a nervous character, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
By God, this young man has the body of a decathlete, whose lithe form was practically made for vaulting over that high bar. Do you train? Ha! Can you tell me your name? Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Yeah, this is what I want to know. Can you tell me anything about the hanging? I don't think the update is out yet. Okay, yeah, thank you. Clement Yara? Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. And I guess the fact that not every voice line is voiced yet is how I know that it's not out yet. I can tell you finally got him down. Thank you. It's quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards. What were you doing last Sunday? Oh, you already asked me that, didn't you? Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching? I mean, yeah, I know other people are looking into it. Did you look at Kim? No, not you two. Some more muscular types. The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down. And when did you speak to the more muscular gentleman? Last week? I don't know, look. He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene. He's an actor, declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word? You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday? He sighs. I had a friend over. What kind of friend? It was my Sunday friend. I've had some Sunday friends. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something? He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Can you tell me your name? My name? My name is Martin Martinez. That's definitely not his real name. Thanks, game. No, of course not. Can you please lower your voice? He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of the well, every sound captured and reflected back. Son, do you train? Occasionally, he takes another drag, filling his lungs with nicotine. Why? He does look like he looks like Doc Hammer. He has Doc Hammer vibes for sure. Occasionally, you're on the track team? No, I just like to look good. A light breeze pulls the back a flap of shirt. I get it. Nothing wrong with looking good. He gives you a honeyed smile before shaking off the cigarette ash. All right, we'll talk later, I guess. No, we won't. He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going. I get a +1 for workout talk. Great. Hara with an heavy H. Okay. Clementara. That's nice. Convince him to stay. Oh, no dice. Time to bring out your secret charms. Tears and begging. Uh-oh. God, the things that this game puts you through when you succeed or fail a check is sometimes just the worst. What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry? No, for God's sakes, I don't want you to cry. He takes a step back and looks around, clearly disturbed. Listen, I really have to go. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail. New task, the smoker on the balcony. Good luck with the investigation. He walks away. Au revoir, mon amour. He'll be back. He's gone, Kim says. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. So we just give up, Kim? He could be a witness, him and his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's been asking about our case. There has to be some way of getting inside the building. Let's go check the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment. Okay. While I am here, I am just going to go ahead and open this door for Everett. It's a shitty, dangerous thing to do, but I do want to progress this game. And so I'm going to learn the wrong lesson and just do it. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Now go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might. I love this progression of insights. As you hold the door, open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft. A whistle. I mean, if I've already done a bad thing, does it matter if I go in and... I mean, I was definitely going to go in. That was a rhetorical question. Let me go ahead and save real quick. Two wrongs make a right. Okay, so I am learning the right thing. A row of mugs. A row of racist mugs. Wait a minute. A row of mugs sits on a shelf. Yeah! A colonial mug collection. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramics make you vaguely uncomfortable. Nothing vague about it, game. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn. What do you mean uncomfortable? It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath he's just making fun of these people. Cynical, slippery bastard. You ain't gonna change somebody's mind by calling them a bastard. That's true, yeah. But they're not here, fuck them. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs and puts it back down with a look of disdain. I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment. Me too, because we found an amazing clue. Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. Same humor, the same mocking lines. There's the missing tin soldier. The lieutenant looks at the mugs next to each other. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash, which means they might have a key. Now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say. An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often. What? Okay. I'm learning lessons left and right here. Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash? Who knows, Kim says. I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some local matter. But still, it's a nice coincidence. Move on from the mugs. Smell of disinfectant in the room. Smells like chemicals. Whoever lies here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. That's fair. I do that sometimes too. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag. Oh, this is the flag of Revachol de Suzerainty. What's with the sun? This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. Okay, what's the sevenfold sun miracle? It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain. Kim says. Lieutenant is an old-fashioned guy. What a euphemism. By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. I'm not gonna bow to the flag. Flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn on it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing. A book entitled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. Ooh, some keels. I will take that. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over? Oh, I'm gonna steal this guy's shirt and then never wear it. That'll fucking teach him. Let me look at this shirt. How boring. Yeah. Logic. Pfft. I don't need logic. This is not a game for logic. Actually, I've used my personal logic a lot, but this dum-dum doesn't need logic. I've got logic. That's called metagaming, and I'm gonna do it. Okay, well that was great. I feel great about breaking into that guy's apartment. It was really productive. Okay. Bye, Project Marley! Oh, I don't need to check that trash. Okay, and I failed the check to get into this door. Hey, are you there? Check the backyard, but I couldn't get in that way.
We've had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Okay, I've got a terrible authority right now because I'm wearing a bunch of stuff that lowers my authority, so let me change pants. Or what do I have that's getting... What do I have that's lowering... Oh, my Hemdall shirt is giving me +2 or -2 authority. Damn. Do I have anything that's going to give me bonus authority? Does not look like it. Okay. Hello. Sorry, I just changed shirts, but I'm ready to talk. Oh, it did nothing for me. You can't think of anything convincing time for some police brutality. Maybe not. Oh, can I just kick down the door? I don't know if it's brutality if it's against a door. I guess it's emotional brutality for anybody who's experiencing it. Open up, or I'm gonna breach this motherfucker.
No,
I mean, this isn't
you're
gonna...
not.
Okay, thank you, Kim.
You don't scare me, punk. I may be an old woman, but I can still take the likes of you.
Thank God for Kim. Alright, now to put on a shirt so I can be decent. Boop. Okay. I don't know if I have any failed checks with this
You're
lady.
back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, I spoke with the lorryman about the roundabout. On the contrary, officer, she smiles. They are not yet commandeers that you have not talked to. Ah, you don't look so surprised. In a time like this, it would be strange if Wild Pines didn't have eyes on the harbor. Somebody in an overlooked position near the gates. Okay. I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects. Ooh. Do you know anything about these tattoos? That's the man who was killed. She almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Interesting. So you know something about the tattoos. Better not to tie this forestay and the backstay on... What? Better not to tie the forestay to the backstay like this. Ma'am? I hope there's something else I can help you with. No. Well, maybe I should ask her about
You're
the strike.
back. Good. What can I help you with?
Ah, Hoss, that's good deets. Everything, she smiles. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. Wait, what if I want to hear about trade secrets? First, you'd have to repeal the... It's quite the octopus. Wouldn't want to disturb an octopus. Let's leave it be. That all sounds annoying and like a thing I don't want to have to do. You'd be shooting yourself on the foot on the other hand. In other words, oh, I see. You wanted to know about the strike? Yes. What's your role in this, precisely? I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demand to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer. And how are the talks going? Kim asks. They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected. Now they won't even let me see into the harbor. There's a 2.20 millimeter... That's the dumbest way to read that number. Racist behemoth blocking the gates. Ah, you mean Measurehead? Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. She leans back and rolls her eyes. So the strike is connected to the lynching? Her eyes narrow. Yes, I believe there's a connection, but that's a subject for later. How were the talks going before the lynching? Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived. And when did you first arrive? Kim asks. I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM. He looks at his notes. But the strike began in December. I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Garmont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Garmont despite concessions he's granted the union in prior negotiations. Kim says this isn't the first time the union has gone on strike. Joyce says, heavens no. Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time, their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. Ludicrous, even, it's meant. And what happened to Galmont? Mr. Clare told him to, how did he put it? Well, fuck off. And I'm not gonna. Galmont was of shorter stature, you see. Okay then. Yes, keep in mind this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him in the union. And what other demands? There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker a member of the board. Most of the workers probably don't know what that means. I don't know what to think about that, honestly. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs a signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of 72,000 employees of Wild Pines groups. That's pretty funny, I have to admit. Yeah. They're having a blast, but how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was that they would prefer a more practical solution. So what are you going to do? I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that this was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now people are getting lynched, I hear, behind the whirling and rags. A disastrous situation, if ever there was one. Excuse me, Kim says. From whom did you hear about this lynching? Her reply comes quick. I first heard it from the boy at the gates, and the one whose very name advertises his aversions to work. I think he said it was "Call me mañana." I love "Call me mañana." This checks out. Scabs at the gates. Did you put them there? The scabs? She raises her brow. You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the union refuses to? Don't let her answer it herself. No, I mean scabs. If these workers were organized by Wild Pines and its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least. It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later date. What do you think of Everett? Everett Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of his workers first. Really? Of course not. Everett is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. Yeah, that's Everett, all right. He's the most corrupt individual I've ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there was anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Wait, there's 2 of them? Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everett does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other one takes over. That's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they have embezzled God knows how much of the workers' dues. How about the union himself, outside the brothers Clare? The Debradeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution, 20 years ago anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. She adjusts her hair. Ear. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened to the local chapter election. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into, how do you say? She hesitates, looking for the right expression. Kim offers a mob. The Debradeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we're forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everett and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. What would you say the Debradeurs Union is? Yeah, basically a socialist mob. Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers. One more thing. One more thing. You said something happened in the elections? I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared. Disappeared? Kim asks. Yes, on the last day of the local chapter elected, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story. This forewoman, what was her name? Yeah. Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman. In private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know that's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the union files. Eerie. Damn right haunting, if you ask me. The Union Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of this presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with them. Thank you for your concern, ma'am, Kim says. We'll be just fine. Okay, well that was all super interesting. Oh, by the way, I've talked to Everett Clare. You have? She smiles carefully. And how did you like Mr. Clare? I didn't. He made me sit down on a chair, and I think I took damage from it. I didn't like that. I mean, I don't know if I think Joyce is charming. She's very high class. And maybe that can read as charming in some ways. She's well-spoken. Whatever that means in this world. Okay, finally time to choose sides. Ah, shit. Fuck. I don't want to choose sides. I don't want to be on sides of either of these people. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. How did you like Mr. Clare? I didn't. Hero of the workers' movement, a champion I've sworn fealty to, bloated rainbow socialist. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He's not the champion I've chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you in the cause of capital. It's not important if I liked him. I was just doing my job. That feels like a coward's answer, but it is, I think, the one I'm going to choose. Hey, Peter Shoes. Thank you for the check-in. How you doing? This feels like it's going to have an implication for my character. And part of me was like, these all suck, though. I don't want to be friends with either of these people. I only want to be friends with Kim. It's not important if I liked him. I was just doing my job. Of course, Detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise. Kim says the RCM does not pick sides in this. I hope it doesn't come off any other way. Joyce says, of course. And I didn't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear other people's takes? It's only natural. we would only be, she smiles, gossiping. Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. I could tell her about the vodka borscht, I guess. Yeah. Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making? Oh, am I ratting him out? The kind that the cook makes it to keep the strikers drunk. Helps them strike. The strike brew, that's classic. And by turn up the heat, presume you mean put more alcohol in it. Yes. Why, if I may ask? Why make them more drunk? Aren't they cooked enough already? Kim says, yes, detective. What were you trying to accomplish with that strange thing? That's funny. Kim was not, I don't think Kim was with me when I did that. Oh, was he? I can't remember if I did that when Kim went to deposit the body. I worship Al Ghul in many ways. Very curious. She blinks both eyes. A very curious thing to do. Truly, Kim says, but that's how he operates. He just does things, ma'am. And then talks about them, even if it's inappropriate. That's true, I do that. Joyce says, what else? The money you gave me. Would it make things weird if I shared information, I mean? Weird? Oh no! One of the most positive things to come from the Rebel is the unhindered exchange of information, you see, even when it comes to trade secrets. Which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends. The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry. That's fair, I don't think I did. I think I spent it on a cool shirt and a toy shoulder and a lot of stuff that was not a donation appropriate. Oh, I used it to buy the froggy hat. The best thing anybody could spend any money on. Of course, detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to stop by for a chat. Okay, that's enough for now. Ooh, autosave. Wow, so someone's been a little boring? What? This is drama talking now. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown. I can't fucking believe this game is haranguing me about my cowardly decision. I know it was cowardly. You don't have to say. God. Okay. I like brown. I like standards. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. No need for extravagance. What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's the least of my concerns. No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal. Look, I'm just trying to do my job. Of course you do. Let's get right down to it. My lord's coppa type is regular cop. Ah, shit. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Damn. Opt in. Opt out. I think I opted out of being the sorry cop. Clearly I'm not going hog wild enough on my options. But equally clearly, this game is not taking my outfit into account. Because my outfit is not the outfit of a boring person. Thank you. Wait, this will be my capo type now? Yeah, the type of type, you know, the type of coppa you are. The type of cop you are. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a notion of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits. Yeah, no need. Hold on that announcement. Good, of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further. Shit. God. Damn. Man. Yeah. A boring Tappa Kappa. Disappointing. Alright, I need to up my crazy. Okay, I understand. I understand what this game's telling me. I need to really go for it. Let's go talk to Everett. Or I start talking like Nick Cage and Moonstruck. Yeah. The outfit is just compensating for how boring you would be otherwise. That's extremely accurate and fair and terrible. And I hate it, and it's true. Maybe your husband's missing? My husband? No, he's not. So where could he be? I don't know, at home now? Not working with his friends? Working? Kim, where is this going? Wait, oh, you're asking me. Kim says, where is this going, officer? So what I'm hearing is you don't really know where your husband is. Yes, but I don't really need to know where my husband is. Not all the time. Wouldn't you like to? No, she looks you straight in the eye. Her right foot is tapping nervously. Maybe you're right. Maybe he isn't missing, indeed. Of course he's not. It's not like he's a pocket watch. I wouldn't just lose him. It's gotta be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't? Huh? That's a successful logic check? Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't? Oh boy, oh. Kids are always going missing. Weak, pathetic kids. Always getting themselves killed. Ah, geez. Your children missing? No, absolutely not. So where are they? Are you a policeman or a nanny? She's definitely disturbed by now. I police wherever I want. Where are they? They're not missing, sir. You know where they are. They're at home, smoking, giving the ladder of vices a chance. No, they're at the disco. Hey, get down. Stupid disco dancing teens. I know where they are. At the disco, dancing nasty. What? That's just... My daughters are perfectly fine. They're with their friends down in Jamrock. There's nothing to worry about. They're almost grown up anyway. They're past the age they need me to protect them from everything now. Maybe you're right. Maybe they aren't missing after all. Tell me something else. Maybe your cockatoo is missing? I don't mean to disrespect her. I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here. Kim says, for what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this. It's better to indulge him at this point. Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing? I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what? It's a trap. Never ever say what. What? Even if I had, it wouldn't be missing. Alright, so it's not the cockatoo. Great. Just one more question. What did you mean by me being a cockatoo? Nothing. Go read up there if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore. Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird? Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Thanks for the tip. Oh. I've got a new task to find my heraldic bird. Okay. What a weird off-track conversation. I'm glad I circled back to that lady. And I'm confused about what finding a heraldic bird is going to do for me. But I don't see why that should stop me. Hello. I don't have much money. I should probably
Hello
not buy
again,
another
esteemed
book.
officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I'm looking for a book about cockatoos. A famous cockatoo. You might have a biography about it. A book about cockatoos. There should be one upstairs right next to the shelf of biographies. Alright. I'm gonna spend the last of my coins. I'm gonna spend the last of my coins on a book about cockatoos. Is what this feels like I'm gonna do. And then I'm not gonna be able to afford a hotel room tomorrow. Which one of these is a biography? Oh, I see. Here it is. A Guide to Well-Behaved Cockatoo. A sulfur-crusted cockatoo sits in the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the title. From A to Z, A Guide to a Well-Behaved Cockatoo. Flip through the pages. Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems. You don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage. You're cool. What about this guide to cockatoos? Shopkeep? It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious. Ooh, I am gonna steal this. Oops. Slowly, you move your hand towards the tomb of cockatoos. Before you reach the book, you're interrupted. The lieutenant coughs sharply, then whispers, "Do we really need to do this? I think not." Okay, fine, I'll buy it. Kim. You let me rob somebody earlier, though, so don't get on a high horse about this. Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. What is that in response to? That must have been a response to a biography. Ooh, let's interact with this book. A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest found on the Simonine Island and in South Fossil-la-Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoo are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. Okay, what more? This book talks about the delicate nature of twos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts: the funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated. All right, what problems do these birds have? Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up. I can handle that. It'd be nice to have somebody to talk to when I'm feeling lonely. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as reoccurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream nonstop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own. Yeah, there has to be something great about cockatoos as well. You're right, they're majestic creatures, magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle, and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. That's a nightmare. Okay. Perception says, ouch, that must hurt. Logic says, not great for neighbors. Drama says, performing? Yes, birdie. Let's read about the most common bang-bang cockatoo. Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species. Common in almost all the Simonese forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world, its plumage is mainly gray and white. The Simonese name, Bang Bang, is thought to be of the onomatopoetic origins. Thank you for the subscribe, Black Bart. I hope this cockatoo footage is super engaging, and that specifically is why you subscribe. Read about the funeral cockatoo. This is the yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psiccus funerus. Related to the dark and somber plumage, this bird looks as if dressed for a funeral 24/7. There's something undisputably ominous about it. Well, let's read about the major majestic cockatoo. Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellish its proud and bumptious nature. The word of the poet-explorer Sir James Fournier: few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, beautiful species. Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me. Does it? The gray and common bang bang? The funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depths of my doom-laden soul. Is it obvious? Major majestic, here I come. But what if I'm just a fuck-up-a-two? A fuck-up and a cockatoo? I have to take some time to think about it. Ooh, okay. This is tricky, because I feel like the thing I would have chosen is different now that I know this game thinks I'm a regular cop. I want to be a regular cop. Because normally I would take fuck-up-a-two. No, because I'm a fuck-up-a-two for sure. But I don't want this game to scold me for choosing the most obvious answer. I think I'm going to let this game bully me into insisting that I'm a major majestic. Ah, task complete. I did it. You're right. Your majesty embodied. This big, beautiful bird belongs on your heraldry. Okay, great. That was such a good use of my time. Let's go talk to Everett. Oh, wait. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. Cool. So cool. Where's it coming from? From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in a sentence, they sound weird together. Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately. That's me. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bahai. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights, action. Thought gained. Some kind of superstar. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on. Cool. I don't think I have any spots to learn any new skills, and I don't have a skill point to level up yet. But let's look at what superstar will give me. -2 logic, because it seems unlikely. That's fair. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lionesque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume Le Mignon or Davy Dewis, no. You're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where, some would say, it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Okay. Bye, Imcolwan? Goodbye, Imcolwan. Have a good reading group. Okay. Yeah, let's go talk to Everett. Quanta in the Quanta Cucumber in the chat says, hands up if you're a metaphorical superstar. I'm not putting my hands up. I'm a literal superstar. Okay, let me find Everett. Oh right, I was supposed to find another, there's supposed to be another lorry driver hidden around here. I'm actually I'm an allegorical superstar. You're supposed to learn a lesson from looking at me. I don't know what the lesson is. That you kind of have to figure that out by yourself. Hey, Manana. What's up?
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Hey, that weasel I visit. Turned out he had one hell of a colonial mug collection. Yeah, Manana says. The janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. All I'm saying is he had a lot of mugs. No, I'm saying his mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. Manana says, like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the boss man said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend. He touches his beret. Yeah, you're welcome, Manana, I guess. I guess you're welcome, Manana. Alright, it's 3 o'clock. I'm supposed to have a plumber. The plumber is supposed to be here at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to try to stop. I know every time I say it's only going to be 2 hours, and then it sort of ekes up to being longer and longer. But I'm actually going to stop at like 3:50 is my goal today. So that I can shut all of this down and let a plumber in. That's my plan. We'll see. Alright. How do I... Oh, that's right, I can't get down there. Here we go. Oh, I think I can redo the check on the storage container as well. Hello. Yes, rhetoric. Let me see if I have anything on my body that's lowering my rhetoric, or if I have anything that will increase my rhetoric. All right, let's try to persuade this door to open. Low chances, but we'll see what we can do. Ha ha ha! Success! I don't know what this is gonna get me. Despite the dirt that surrounds the trail and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within. Hello, is there anybody in there? The door stands silent. Satisfied, Detective, Kim says. A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face. Try again. If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you. Ha! Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door. From deep within the container, a voice. Ahoy! Come on in! Kim, the smile disappears. You can't be serious. Kim, we're making friends. We go. Ooh, what the fuck? Okay, gonna save real quick. Gotta save real quick. What the fuck? Mega rich light bending guy. The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention like soldiers preparing for review. Squint. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard. An impossible failure. Oof. In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flicking as you utter. What's going on here? Welcome, welcome, not too much actually, just pleasantly surprised to have company today. You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It's very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him. Now, he claps his hands together. What can I do for you, gentlemen? What you can see of his body appears composed, in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you? Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. There's genuine surprise in his voice. I don't mean a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rastom Diodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are? Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner. My name is Harry, and I'm an alcoholic detective. Pleasure to meet you, Harry, he says warmly, though I'm sorry to hear a good public service like yourself is in service to the drink. A man can't serve two masters, in my experience. Good news, I only serve alcohol. I can assure you, Mr. Diodore, that despite his vices, he is a competent detective. Aw, Kim. Oh, don't worry, Lieutenant. I can tell a good man when I see one. Ooh, oh. I am gonna ask him for money for sure. Because as it stands right now, oh, what the fuck? My money counter has gone crazy. Money doesn't exist in this realm, I guess, in whatever conversation we're in. How did you become so rich? The man chuckles. To be perfectly blunt, I inherited my fortune from a grandmother who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad. Chad, that's my social security number. Nobody look. Oh, God. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy. Fuck. What is it like being an extremely high net worth individual? The man exhales with a whistle. Gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You gotta work hard because everything's so damn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. I don't know that actually. But then once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower network friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. Oofa doof. You're right, capital accumulation is its own reward. Don't you think you should use some of your great wealth for the glory of your fatherland? You're a thief. People out there are working their asses off while you chill here. It's great you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Cool, I don't have any interesting replies. You're a thief. People out here are working their asses off while you chill here. And that's what? Unjust? I think it's perfectly just. His tone is ever so less agreeable than before. Shit, I should have asked him for money first. Fuck, what am I doing? Steal from the rich, then lambaste them. This is 101 stuff. You're using your money as its own justification. Listen, Harry, I used to be an idealist just like you. But the truth is that we have no objective system by which to measure someone's value other than the market. We should just embrace that rather than resist it. The hand that allocates resources among men is invisible and cruel, but it is steady, measure, indeed, it is just. Say nothing. Capital, he nods. Makes one speechless, does it not? Lines like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter. Perception says, hey, all this talk about money has made you lose your thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about. Yeah. There's something strange about you. What do you mean? His essence seems to signify actual surprise. Well, I don't know how to put it. You looked, somehow a little different. Are you talking about my chin? No, I mean, I can't even, see you. It's as if something is happening to the light. Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, although I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Weissman coefficient. The Weiss-Weissman coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth among the group of individuals. It's been observed that when the Weiss-Weissman coefficient reaches about 96 or so, the law of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual. So, this is fucking wild that in this game universe, the power of capital has a literal effect on physics. The physics of the universe. That's some weird ass sci-fi shit. That's something. I can guess what our coefficient is, and it's way higher than 0.96. Are you telling me that you are so... Well, okay, actually, I want to choose this because I want to see what my brain says. The Weiss-Weissman coefficient for you and this individual appears to be, 0.9998 repeating. That actually seems low. That's not good for you. Are you telling me that you are so rich that light literally bends around your face? Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire. Really? No, not really. There are actually quite many digits. Kim, are you seeing this weird shit? I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well-dressed for martinets in a cargo container, which, I admit, is odd. Wait, does that mean Kim's rich? Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you, my container. Kim, is Kim rich? Is Kim rich? Is Kim rich? I mean, to have... It means I'm crazy. Oh, yeah, that actually makes more sense. Kim too grounded to be affected by this situation. What are you doing in this container? Traveling! This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me a lot of time to think. By the way, let me ask you a question. Where are we exactly? In the very, very early days of colonizing this archipelago, the king of Surinese, the precursor of modern-day Sur-le-Clef, used to own the city of Revachol, an obscure detail in the bigger picture, but still, worth dropping. Yeah, we're in Revachol, formerly a colony of the kingdom of Suresnes. This place. Ah, a fellow history buff. I myself am currently reading up on Franco-Nigerian era trains. Very interesting stuff. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that the mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money. Wait, why don't you help them? You've got so much money, it can't make a difference to you. There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire, I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that. Ugh. So if you travel from place to place via shipping container? Smart? No. I also provides a means... oh, I see. Smart? No. It's an agreeing no. Smart? No. It also provides a means to hide from all the targeting advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, pale-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois. So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. Those things all sound pretty nice. Yeah, it does sound pretty tiresome. So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. What? No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that. The bending light appears to wink. So you're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? Kim says, I don't see how it's appropriate for a representation of the law to ask a wealthy person for money. This shines a bad light on the RCM, if you catch my meaning. Kim, shut up. Come now, there's not even a cent of corruption here. I'm merely being polite, so let me check my pockets. As you know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investment and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Fuck off, dude. Here's 3 real. How much can you get for this? Gets me almost nothing. That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest. Maybe you can make that money grow? Come up with an investment plan? How's that sound? This is a red check. It cannot be retried, so I'm not going to do it. Because I would automatically fail. We're going to come back and totally get this red godly check later. Conceptualization. I'm going to dump a bunch of points in conceptualization and rob this guy. We should get back to our investigation. Thank you for your time. Thanks for stopping by. If you ever have an idea you want to pitch me, I'm all ears. Rhetoric says, hey, psst. Look around. Psst, hey you. Who, me? Yeah, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. How come there's word on the street? You keep saying things like down to the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 reals in the pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs, that kind of thing. Oh, right. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those things. I haven't said anything like that. Oh, right. That sounds like me. Funky style. Very funky. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Wait, first, what's this communism even about? Roll up your sleeves and start building communism. It's too tiring. I don't have it in me. I'm beat down and broken. Wait, first, what's this communism even about? Failure. It's about failure. Failure? Yeah, abject failure. Total irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped, and pissed on. Until you come along, you will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class, towering city blocks of bankmen who have their ears of prime ministers, million-headed armies of nations, and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm, and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade. Hell yeah! We're building communism, gang. Oh yeah! Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. I can either finish thought or question. Wait, what? No, we did talk about firing squads. It's fine. Roll up your sleeves and breathe in the pristine air. Thought gained. Thought gained Mazovian socioeconomics. I start out with a -2 visual calculus. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago, a fever that shook the world never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responding only to the call of Commodore Red prostitutes and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come witness his attempts to rebuild communism in the year 51. Phew, okay. How are my other things going? 37 minutes, hour 54. Okay. Phew, alright, well, I'm gonna come back and talk to you once I don't fail all red checks instantly. Well, once I learned that the literal physics of this universe bend to the will of the Ultra Witch, there doesn't seem to be any reason not to be full-blown communist. I don't know why that makes sense to me, but it does. Okay, oh, I was gonna go talk to Everett. I got distracted by that weird fucking encounter. But we do have a goal. Hey, dude. Sup, buddy?
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
Great. Ah, thank you, TJ Maz, for both the subscription and the very nice statement. Thank you. Okay. Night coffee. This stream is going to go to 3:50. I have got a plumber apparently coming at 4 o'clock, so I want to get out of here and shut everything down before they arrive, so I don't have to explain what streaming is if they don't know what it is. So that till then. Remember the container I asked you about? Oh, I am going to ask you about that, but there's some other things I want to talk about first. I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now? Ooh, 70 experience. Just for opening a door. I'm very glad to hear that, Harry, he says with a smile. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? Ha 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 ha. He's trying to figure out if you're lying. Ha 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 ha. I might have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. He shakes his head. Pissing on Everett's Rainbow Coalition. He was testing you, and you succeeded. Great, okay. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who was killed and why. Who's killed who and why? He pretends to roll up his sleeves. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is going to be good. Yeah, the mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hanged man's clothes. Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment. He grabs his head with both hands. You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and helping me to do what I do best. Helping people with the power of politics. Kim says, yes, you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder. Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. He shakes his head, laughing. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you. Oddly, it seems to be true. But this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers. Believe me, Harry is a nobody, just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right? He imitates bashing something with an imaginary baton. That's not how you baton somebody. His technique is way off. You strike with your whole body, not just the baton. Oof. Now, you have to put your weight behind it if you want to do some real damage. Oh, Harry, he busts out laughing. Thanks for the tip. I'll leave doing the real damage to you. You are the real police officer after all, not me. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man who it's working for. The bad guys. Wild pines, sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps. I'm listening. Harry, this strike is a culmination of many, many mistakes by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. Kim says, you mean a victim? He nods gravely. A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine guns. He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun. I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yesut, Seminine, Saramariza. You name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company. Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. Hold on, you have a village elephant? No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical. And so is the village. But the mercs and their brutality are very real. Go on. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container, he laughs. Wait, they move the container? Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even his own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out in trees. By negotiator, you mean Joyce? Harry, he says, ignoring the lieutenant. What you need to realize is we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill. And who exactly did the pushin'? There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. That sounds a bit like organized crime. Oh, almost the definition thereof. They're like you guys, idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow. Again, that sounds like organized crime. Kim says, so these idealists killed our victim? One day, Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land. He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Generally, Jen, I was going to say it sounded like cops. He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him, he chuckled. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. Kim says, aren't you worried we might arrest them for this? Oh, no, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who could take them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. I think you can just call her a lawyer. He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error? Anyway. There was a bullet in the hangman's head. So they shot him, he sounds pleasantly surprised. He was shot in the head before he was hanged. How odd, the man shrugs. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I looked down in the yard. It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of the shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping container? How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. That's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' rights to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turned up and started beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised if they to see an army of scab under my gate. Kim says, so you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor? You said it. Hell, one of those guys looked big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that just don't happen to show up during strikes. That does sound quite unlikely, yeah. That big guy leading the scabs at the gate is colossal. You mentioned a lawyer girl? Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry. She became a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Wait, the girl in the whirlingig who's keeping an eye on you. Is he talking about her? Did you send her to spy on me disguised as a gardener? I'm clearly doing some things out of order because I already knew about this. I did that, didn't I? She thinks of herself as a guerrilla fighter. These middle-class kids and the books they read are crazy, Harry. I think she would rather be an insurgent than a lawyer. I hope it's a phase. Tell me about Titus Hardy. Oh, they're simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members. Oh, the number of members was in question, so I'm gonna... Jenna will remember that. Always working to advance a position in their local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really quickened into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative. Who's second in command, Kim asks. They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them, but don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets. Everett, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me? But of course, it's the least I can do with my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we conclude this talk. Also, Harry, here's 5 reals. Wait, why are you giving this to me? I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 reals. I do need it, so I am going to take it. The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled. I need the money. I still have to afford. I've got a hotel room I've got to pay for. And I don't seem to have a paycheck. Bye, Monsada. Have a good rest of your day. Good boy, a real team player. He rubs his hands together. Now, do you have any other questions? Was it a good talk? He leans back, suddenly worried. I'm not sure we made much headway there. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really wanted to achieve with this strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But great sadness comes over him. But it's like I can't completely trust you yet. Yeah, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, I just can't. So I have to be a socialist democrat for him to trust me? He's been hurt in the past by men who aren't socialist democrats. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? He picks something from his teeth. I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you. Kim asks, and what would this entail? Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta. What are the signatures for? I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teens off drugs and on roller skates. Disco! Roller skates, not drugs, Harry. You like this. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground. What will happen to the current occupants? They're just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings, right next to a fancy new youth center designed by the best architects from Stella Maris. Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out into the streets? Am I? The big man shakes his head in disbelief. Harry, these people. Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're going to build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up, and the kids have a place to stay. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug out from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor. Kim, what do you think about this? Have fun playing Radifract. Radifract. Have fun playing. It's good. You're gonna have a good time. It depends. I don't think what we got from Mr. Clare was very useful. But he thinks it's your call. As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys of Martinez. I may even help you figure out who's behind this killing. I don't think this guy's ever gonna help me necessarily, but I can't say no to a task. I want the quest and I want the XP. It's on the coast, Harry. Across the canal. A little cul-de-sac down there. Oh, I forgot there's a whole other section of this map that we haven't unlocked yet. Shivers. Ooh. Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box. And the wind howls like a vicious spirit. You're pretty deep into this. What's a little bit more? No one can see you here in Martinez. Yeah, let's do it. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there's some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this, and then we'll talk about your gun. Totally, well, sure, we'll talk about your gun then. Let's talk about my lost gun just a little bit. Yeah, your lost gun. My best men are on it. We're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort. The only way to find it seems to be working with him. You might even be holding your gun hostage. I do think he's holding my gun hostage. Wait, my gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in? Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now, please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building your relationship for the good of Martinez. It did not come to a surprise to him. He might not actually be bullshitting. Does this mean if I do things for you, I'll get my gun back? Damn it, Harry, that's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course. Of course, Lieutenant replies dryly. I understand. We help you, you help us. Everett. Remember the container I asked you about? Turns out there's a mega-rich light-bending guy inside. Ooh, breakthrough imminent. Mega-rich light-bending guy? How did that get in there? Slime like him must have oozed in through the cracks. Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega-rich light-bending guys. You know, some of him might have been a figment of my imagination. Honestly, Harry, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through the harbor, but I wouldn't be caught transporting the the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect. Yes, the transportation of mega-rich should be more tightly regulated. You should be honored by his presence of the Magus. Yikes. Yeah, for God's sakes, you're a socialist. No, I want to say this. Yes, the transportation of the mega-rich should be more tightly regulated. Didn't seem like he was safe. You're a fucking idiot, Harry. I love it. Thank you for sharing this deep, idiotic part of yourself with me. A hallucinating market liberal. I love it. It's so poetic. He burst out laughing. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry. Not for 1 second did he believe there's an actual mega-rich person somewhere in his container. Well, that's his right. Okay. Ooh, thought completed. The precarious world. I love this design. I love the art in this game. This one is especially something. How not to lose. It is impossible not to. The world is balanced on the edge of a knife. It's a game of frayed nerves. You're pushed on by numbers and punitive measures, pain, rejection, and unpaid bills. You can either play or you can crawl under a boat and waste away, turn into salt or a flock of seagulls. Your enemies would love that. Or you can fight. The only way to load the dice is to keep on fighting. Critical success and failure threshold lowered by 1. What does that mean? Critical success and failure threshold lowered by 1. Oh, I guess everything just got a little bit easier? I feel great about that. Ah, and that means my red checks, I no longer auto-fail them. Yes, I can now, no-eyed girl, I can now try red checks again. Or I can try them, but I won't auto-fail them, basically. Do I want to do any of these other thoughts? I'll think about it. Oh, I can retry the back wall. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure I'll be back there eventually. Oh, here's the envelope. Ooh, you take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12-40-month construction period, and the zoning plan. God, a 20 to 40-month construction period. And the zoning plan in the addendum. Look at the zoning plan. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either ominous or cool architecture choice. It's hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite. Kim, what do you think of this? I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but he shrugs. Thanks, Kim. Kim's the real regular cop. He never tells me what to think about anything. How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects, but there's no other way. I get a -1 to this check because of the cool cubic pyrite. But let me see if I can find a loophole. Ah, there is no loophole. Fuck. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, not the 6 months that Everett told me it would be, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Wait, what are the ramifications of this? Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After this, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out. My beverage situation is water, because I finished my peppermint tea. Ah. Look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it? I should have seen it. The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again. Everett probably has eyes on us, but... I mean, he literally has eyes on us. He's typing, but we're like right here. We could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. But by the time he finds out, we'll already be gone. However, we'll need access to the coast before we do anything. Everett won't believe you got the villagers' signatures if you can't even get to the village. You can try a forgery as soon as we can get across the lock. I don't know if that's not the solution I was hoping for from you, Kim. It is not what I was hoping for. Ooh, see, I was thinking about leveling up conceptualization. Because that's what the red check in the shipping container is. Ooh, so maybe that's what I'll do. Or maybe I'll retry all of the conceptualization checks. Because I know that impossible backyard check is a conceptualization, and I just reopened that. So maybe I'll retry some of those. Oh, gosh. Why are you... These are covering up some of my UI stuff. I don't know what's happening there. Okay. Okay, well... Honestly, I'm surprised Kim suggests forgery. I mean, I'm not against it. Whatever. I'm just gonna play a bad guy, and that's just gonna have to be how it is. Hey, how are you doing, dude?
Oh, hey, mister. I need to be back to talk with old Leah here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larisse said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
I'm excited for Leo to be fully voiced. Every single line. I like Leo. Leo, in the future, can we keep this greeting shorter? Boo. Sure, mister, absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself. Do you work here? Yes, everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way, Leonard Pellick. Everybody calls me Leo. Did I not already have this conversation with you? Actually, Miss Buford is the right-hand man, but she's a lady. Who is this Miss Beaufort? I guess I just never asked him this. A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce and sucre candies. Candy bars my missus likes so much. They are really nice to suckle on once the dinner is done, and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always keep busy. Yes, I am. Hold on. Who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned? Oh, Lizzie? She's a real sharp tool. Mr. Robert put her through some fancy school and everything east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and she came back. She was all fancy and lawyery. He respects the word. That's obvious. Not how I pronounced it, but yeah. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Everybody knows and gets along with everyone. The real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me, missus, and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemert said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor almost 50 years, she has. He sighs and falls silent. Oh, watching you meekly with blue eyes. Law school? Could he be talking about the union fixer, a.k.a. the gardener? So, this is the union fixer, the gardener? Kim says, looks like it. I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she's just a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too. The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you. Leo, you're a delight. Okay, I'm gonna hop in the container just real quick to see how difficult a check it's going to be to present him with a stock plan. Is that what that check is for? Generally, Jenna, 100%. Very similar energy. Ooh, it's still pretty low. And it can't be retried. I'm gonna hold off on doing that one. Let's actually go back to the wall. Save scum? You think I should save scum? Chat, should I save scum? Well, hold on, I'm gonna save. Should I save scum and attempt that check right now? Yeah? 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 Alright. Let's do it. Alright. I'm glad y'all support saves coming. I'm here for it. I love that my money does a little shake and shimmy when I step in here. Okay. Really low chance. Not impossible, though. Ah! I didn't even need to save scum. I should have pretended like I was never gonna save scum. Deploying a high-concept buzzword generator. All systems functional, ready to engage. In 3, 2, 1. It's time to disrupt the future. You gotta stay lean, innovative, and focus on what matters most. The children. You should invest in a youth center? A youth center, huh? What kind of youth center? A place to train... a place to train buff kids. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear. One to dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth, inspire future leaders of tomorrow to public service. You know, a regular youth center with basketball courts and stuff to really develop their physical proficiency. Tell him what he wants to hear. I feel like this top one is what he wants to hear, but let's go for a middling option. The world's most laughable centrist achievement unlocked. The man thinks for a moment. I like that you're thinking about the future, but can't the center have a more economic focus? One dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low rent worth families. Brilliant. Without children, who will be there to buy stuff in the future? Ugh. Yes, and if it doesn't work out, we can always repurpose the space as a shopping mall or private equity firm. When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? Thank you, car horn. What's the expected return on this? Highly educated, work-ready human capital, ugh, gross, ready to be directed towards any number of your vast interests. Or human beings, there's always a risk, which is why we're got to hold onto the center itself as a fallback. Let's do the human capital one, even though it's gross. You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now. Good work. Yes, very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities. Thank you. I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules? Money! Money gained, 100 real. Here's the round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get off the ground. Thank you for placing your unwavering trust in me. Remember, it's not a handout, it's an investment, and I expect to see returns. Kim stands there dumbfounded, his mouth opens slightly, then closes again. Is he having a stroke? Kim, are you all right? Yes, I'm all right. He pauses to compose himself. Can we get going now? Yeah, let's do it. Wow, you work hard. I do? Oh yeah, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you always keep it real and provide. I guess I do. Oh yeah, like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work. What hard work do I do exactly? Look at yourself! You're a human pedometer! You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. This is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You don't make it that way. And you won't let it break you. You ride. Yeah, I fucking ride till I die, bitch. That's just what it's like, life and death. You've got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the face of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You don't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer. Whew. I mean, I did take that bribe, yeah. I can't say I didn't make that guy give me money. Yeah, and I did get a giant novel, and he gave me that 5. Yeah, and I guess it did pawn off that. Yeah, I guess I've made some gills, sure. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth, but you still hustle 24/7, ride or die? Now ask yourself, are you rich? I'm not, actually. That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? The system is broken. The system of me hustling. Boo-hoo, the system's broken. The establishment's keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor? Taxes? That's right, 100 fucking %. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, or so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gossamer state that is Revachol? Yeah, I thought there were no taxes. You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax set doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for, which makes them ask for more money from you here. Gossamer state's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of your money. Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Are you sick and tired of having bloody nipples? This isn't helping me solve my... I mean, I don't have to... Bleeding nipples are kind of a pain, but how will deregulation help with that? Indirect modes of taxation. Okay. Not all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates, and don't you fucking forget it. I don't know if I'm gonna take that thought. I think I'm just gonna let it stew in the back of my mind. Yeah, we were a communist for 5 minutes, and then we hustled too good, and the game punished us. It is 3:50, and the plumber has not yet arrived, thank God. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And I think this is going to be where we end the stream. So thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out for another pretty wild, pretty weird trip in Disco Elysium. I found my heraldic bird, and it was a cockatoo. So I feel good about that. And I don't know what else really happened. Oh, I found the owner of the racist mug. Yeah, this is a great round. Thank you, everybody. Have a good great rest of your weekend. If you have Monday off like me, have a good 3-day weekend. I'll see you guys later. Bye.